Welcome back. Welcome back. This time of year, a lot of things go on as far as Halloween and different character and costume parties and different things.
Makes you think about ghosts.
It does.
And that kind of thing.
I tell you what, we're going to just let you introduce yourself. You are in
Who
character.
Who are you?
Who am I? I'm Hamilton Fancher. Now, you probably know there are a lot of Fanchers who live around here.
Yes.
But we go back a long ways. We originally came from Tennessee, but that's another story as part of my presentation in the Ghost Walk. But as Hamilton Fancher, I served with the 4th Arkansas Infantry. We fought, I was a captain in there for 4 years. But the biggest battle was at the Wilson's Creek, and I was lucky to get away from that. I came away in one piece, but I'm just happy to be here. That's all. But the Ghost Walk, I don't know. Can I talk about the Ghost Walk a minute?
Before you do that,
well,
why don't
we
you
want to
introduce who you're
okay, would you?
Okay. Well, I am going to be Josephine Crump. She was born in 1840 in the state of Tennessee. They did move into Arkansas before the Civil War. Her father was killed in 1862 in a skirmish in southern Missouri. She was married. Her husband was working in the hospital in Little Rock taking care of the wounded. He realized that the Union was going to take it, so he came up here and got her and their baby Lulu, took them back to Little Rock.
Okay.
The Union did come in to Little Rock in September of 1863, so she was 100% Confederate in her sympathies behind the Union lines. He thought that since he worked in the hospital, they would be safer there during the wartime, but the Union did take them as prisoners. Her husband did serve time in the penitentiary. She was able to make friends and get a job in Little Rock, so she wasn't have to stay in there. She had the baby to care for as well. But she wanted her husband out. Of course, the women in the town took food into the prisoners in order to keep them alive. There wasn't a lot there for them. She wanted to get in to see her husband. She tried and tried. She finally did get permission. She got in to see Jeff. Jeff Greenlee was his name. And he was doing very poorly. So she asked him if he wouldn't sign an oath of allegiance, which was the only way that he could get out. He told her he would think about it. She did see him then a few days later being led up to the man in charge. And eventually he did sign the oath of allegiance. But that meant they had to stay in Little Rock. They couldn't come back. So he got a job, and about 3 months later, he was killed when a timber fell on him. He's buried in the Confederate cemetery in Little Rock.
This isn't made-up story. These are actual characters.
This is real. This is real. I have read her story. She wrote it down. I'm telling it to you as she wrote it.
Now, this Ghost Walk, is this character that you chose specifically for the Ghost Walk?
The Ghost Walk takes place at Rose Hill Cemetery, and these characters are buried in Rose Hill Cemetery.
Okay.
This is one of the older cemeteries here. Boone County was formed as a county after the Civil War. And these are the people who started Harrison and who made our area grow.
Okay.
In other words, we want you to know what went behind the history of where we live today.
Oh, that's great.
Is what it is all about. We will make history come alive for you, as it was 150 years ago.
Now, will there be just you two?
Oh,
or
no.
will there be more?
We're going to have a whole, I hope at least a dozen. We're not 100% sure at this stage, but we're going to have a white horse there, which General Lee rode. Not the same horse, no.
Okay.
But, we do quite a few, and we're going to have demonstrations like how to load a muzzle loader, and do you know the Confederate flag has 13 stars on it? Do you know what each star stands for? That's going to be one of the things that's going to be presented there, too. Most people don't.
So a good history lesson.
It's basically, it's a history lesson, and a history lesson on people who, Confederates who are buried there in Rose Hill. Like I will stand up and say, my name is, and
now,
I did this and I did that.
I asked this earlier, but did you choose these characters?
Yes.
For a reason? Or did you go through the cemetery and do research on each one?
Well, we have chosen these characters. Of course, we know they're buried there. It's because this person was of interest to us. And we were interested in knowing more about them. We have researched all the information we can find on them.
And there's probably no relation?
No, there's no relation. It's simply a person we're interested in.
Okay.
And the others have done likewise.
Yes, I know a lot of their descendants, that's all.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the Ghost Walk when it happens. You said it was at Maplewood Cemetery?
Rose Hill.
Oh, Rose Hill.
Cemetery.
Yeah, Rose Hill.
Rose Hill.
On October.
Where is Rose Hill Cemetery? Tell people where
just
that's
opposite Edwards Grocery.
Chamber of Commerce.
You know where
Okay,
the
right
caboose
behind
is?
Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's where it will start.
Yeah.
And the women will have a bean supper there with beans, cornbread, dessert, and drink for
At-
$5.
At where? Where will they have the bean supper?
It will be in the pavilion right there by the
Okay.
Right
chamber.
by the caboose. Right?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the Kiwanis, I think, built that, didn't they? Kiwanis Pavilion.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know that. That's history. I don't know that.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and give us more information on it. When, where, what,
But
how.
on the Ghost Walk, well, first of all, we started this, it must have been at least 10 years ago, tried to do it as a fundraiser and to bring history alive to the people here. In the past 2 years, the Daughters of the Confederacy have joined us, and now we have been able to do a much bigger program. We have tours, so as you come in, you'll get a piece of Confederate money for your ticket to get in. And we'll have people guiding the tours. We'll bring you around to, we hope to have about 12 stations.
Okay.
And like I say, each one will say, hey, I am so-and-so. And incidentally, I chose the guy I did after reading all the histories. I think he was an all-American person, if you can gather what I'm talking about, because he had just barely been married one year when his cousin, Abraham Fancher, went and got involved in the Mountain Meadows massacre, if you remember that. And his 2 children were left stranded, so I took them in and I raised them.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So I was trying to be a good Arkansan and a good American, good Christian and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But,
Right. So what day is this?
Okay, this is the on Saturday on October 30th. I don't know if you can see that or not,
Yeah.
but anyway, that's immaterial. But it will be a Saturday night. I understand there's no football game.
Okay.
So.
Right,
The
right.
tours will start at 5:30, but we'll have the bean supper probably
5:30,
starting
okay.
at 5.
All right.
Okay.
And there will be some music played there, too.
And it's going to be all there at the pavilion area.
And we'll then walk up through the cemetery.
And you'll walk up through the cemetery.
Cemetery.
Now,
Oh,
some
you
of
will
the,
If
taken
they
into-
come, will they be taken in different groups?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
now, will some of the stations be up in the cemetery?
They will all,
Oh,
yes.
they'll
all
that's
be
where
up.
we're going
Okay.
to be.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Because I'll
Okay.
stand up beside my grave and say my name is, and my
Okay.
wife is buried here, and so
Okay.
Okay.
et cetera. So, yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And years past, you said you've done this for 10 years. What's the turnout?
Well, last year we had around 100 people. It
Really?
was cold
Awesome.
last year,
It was
if you
cold.
remember.
I think it wasn't so cold. We may have gotten more, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
because
that
the
even
name had-
around 100 people came.
yeah,
Well, hopefully the
the name
weather
has
will be
gotten
nice.
out, and it is a history lesson, and we hope for kids. Incidentally, I should say that anybody like the scouts, or any soldiers, sailors, firemen, or policemen in uniform will get in free.
Okay.
Otherwise, adults is $3 and children $1.
Okay.
Okay.
To get in. So.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves, really?
Hey, introduce myself.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, a
Your
lot
real
of people out there
name.
don't really know me. Yeah. My name is Richard Dix, and I have lived here in Harrison about 17 years.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Kathleen McMurrin, and I came down to Arkansas by marriage. I am from Oklahoma. I came by marriage down here because this is my husband's area. His family's been down on the Buffalo since the 1850s. They were involved a lot in the Arkansas history of this area. And to him, this is home, and it's become my home, too.
All right.
Good.
I thought maybe we should just go ahead and
Sure.
you know.
Well, I'd like to add
really
that all
were.
4 of my great-grandfathers fought for the South, but we were originally from Virginia.
Oh, okay.
And in doing some genealogy, I found over 50 of my relatives had fought for the South, so
Wow.
I am a Southerner.
Yeah, you are.
I was born not far from the Mason-Dixon line, no.
Well, all
we're glad
right.
to hear.
Again,
Glad to see you up here, and I guess this is going to be your attire for the evening,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
okay.
So come out and
We'll all be in
partic-
uniform.
Again,
yeah.
October 30th.
Yes, October 30th.
Bean supper around 5, but the tours start at 5:30.
Tickets
Right.
are $3,
Right, for adults and $1 for
and anyone in uniform can get in free.
anyone.
All right.
As long as you wear a uniform, I don't care what kind of uniform. No,
So
no,
say
wear
I
a
can
uniform.
come up something.
Yeah.
All right.
You know.
Thanks so much
All
for
right.
being here.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
thank
thank
you
you
for
for
having
letting us
us.
come to.
All right. Up next, we have Donna Sanford from God's Gym. Sorry about that. And we'll find out what God's Gyms are.
Okay.
Stay
Stay
with
with
us.
us.